Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It is the end of the month, so it's that time, July favorites, so let's get started right away. The first thing I want to talk about that I've been really loving this month has been the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. So it says that it's a skin perfecting primer that can be worn alone, under makeup, or on top to create a perfect matte complexion and control shine for up to 8 hours. And I would say for the most part that it does do the trick. My skin tends to get really oily, especially now that it's a lot warmer because it's summer. So I find that this definitely helps, maybe not for about 8 hours, but I would say a fair 6 hours for sure. And then after that, I'll probably have to blot and powder and so on. But for the most part, I wear this underneath my powder foundation and it's fantastic. I would definitely recommend checking out this primer, especially because it is a drugstore brand. So it's, less expensive than if you were to go to Sephora and get, the Hourglass and so on. So Rimmel Stay Matte Primer, check it out if you're looking for a nice, inexpensive primer to help you stay matte. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Multicolor Powder. Comes in this really nice white compact, and I have it in the shade 02. When you open it up, it's sort of like a bronzer, and it has the 3 colors there, sort of a lighter highlight shade, a medium bronze, and then a deeper bronze. But when I put it on, I usually just put my brush in and just swirl it around, and then that way it gets a really nice color, and I basically put it wherever you put bronzer. I really like this because it really creates that healthy glow, as the name would suggest, and the only thing that I wasn't too crazy about when I first got it was the scent, because it's a little perfumey, but it wasn't really a deal breaker for me, so, I love this product. So if you're looking for a new bronzer or just another one and you don't mind going up to a little bit more of a higher end brand, definitely check out the Chanel. It's a good one. The next thing is the Smashbox Always Sharp Waterproof Kohl Liner. This is in the shade Bare, and what I like about this, well, 2 things. Having a nude eyeliner is really great for your waterline, especially if you are sleep deprived or if you've been a little bit under the weather. Putting a nude eyeliner on your waterline is going to help brighten it up and just make you look a bit more awake, so I would definitely recommend this one. I'm actually going to be picking up more of these really soon because the formula is really great, and I like the fact that the sharpener is built into the lid. So that's why it's called Always Sharp, because you don't have to, you don't have to sharpen it over and over again to make sure you can use it properly. So as you can see, that's what it looks like. And to sharpen it, all you have to do is put the lid back on, and then you twist until you hear the click, and then it's sharpened and it's good to go. So I will be picking this up probably in the black color. I believe it's called Raven, and then also Sumatra, which is a dark brown. And I'll just be using that to tight line basically. And another great fact about these pencils is that they are ophthalmologist tested, so they will not irritate your eyes. So they're perfect for the waterline, and they're not going to, make your eyes all red and puffy and weird. So check that one out if you're looking for a really great waterproof liner. Okay, next up, something that's probably the most exciting out of all the products I've been using over the last month. It is the infamous Lorac Pro Palette. Now, I ordered this off of Amazon probably sometime, I would say, near the end of June or so, and I've definitely been picking this up more than even my Naked palette, so it's definitely a really great product. Sad story. My iPad recently fell on the palette when I was attempting to film just a couple days ago, and it kind of cracked the mirror, so there we go. Oh, first world problem. Oh, you can see that my iPad's on top of books because I'm kind of, whatever. Anyway, so here's the palette. Let's do a little close-up. As you can see, there are 16 shades, and the top are all matte shadows, the bottom are all shimmer or pearly shades. And what I really like about this palette is the versatility in all the colors and all the different looks you can create with this. I'll always recommend the Naked palette, especially for newer makeup, people who are exploring the world of makeup and just diving in, just because that is a great, do-it-all palette. But if you have access to this, or if you just want to get a new one that has a more, or if you just want to get a new palette that has a great variety of shades and finishes, I would definitely recommend checking this out. They're extremely pigmented, super buttery, very easy to blend and work with. So this is definitely a great call. I mean, I've seen this all over YouTube. I'm sure you have too. And it is definitely worth every penny. So if you can get it, I believe you can get this in the States at Ulta as well as Kohl's. Here in Canada, you're going to have to order it from Amazon. But shipping's not too bad and it's totally worth it. So check that one out. Whoop. Yikes. Alright, next we're going to talk about blushes. So over the last month and a bit, I've been reaching for basically the same two blushes over and over again. The first one is the Dior My Lady or Cannage blush. Ooh. As you can see, it comes in this really sleek, reflective silver packaging, which is really great. And this is actually a limited edition. Here in Canada, you can only get this at Holt Renfrew, so if you're into high-end blushes, it's definitely worth a look. So when you open it up, it's actually based on the best-selling Dior Cannage totes. So you can see all the intricate weavings here. Let's do a close-up. Really, really pretty. So this is in the shade 003, which is a bit more warmer toned. So let's just quickly swatch it. So you can see that it's more of a redder coral, and there's not really any shimmer, so that's kind of great too. Always appreciate more of a matte finish for my blushes. The other colorway it came in was a little bit of a lighter and cooler pink, so I just felt that this one was more suited towards my skin tone. Like I said, it's limited edition. In the States, I believe it was a Nordstrom exclusive, so don't quote me on that, could be wrong. But either way, it's definitely a really great item, especially if you're, you know, a collector, or if you're just looking for a really, really pretty blush. The other blush that I've been reaching for often has been the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Captivating. Now, they recently released this earlier this year in its own separate packaging. However, the shade Captivating was actually released last year as part of the Aqua Lilies for Tarte palette, which I happened to pick up. So, here's the entire palette. It's really big because it has all the eyeshadows, as well as a bronzer and the highlighter, and then there's the blush in the middle. And Captivating is just a beautiful color. So it's a matte peach, and it's just gorgeous, especially for the summer when you want to just look a little bit cheery and a bit brighter and something a bit different from your just everyday pink. Captivating is definitely a great shade. So if you're looking for a new peach blush and you don't want any with shimmer, then check out the Tarte one. I love Tarte blushes anyway. I own about like 6 of them, so I would recommend it to everyone. The staying power is great. It's highly pigmented, so you don't actually need a lot on your brush, and in that sense, it'll last you a really, really long time. So yes, Tarte blushes, worth every penny. Okay, ooh, that was attractive. Alright, so next let's talk about nail polish. I've been gravitating towards the same two over the last month, and both of these are ones that get me compliments all the time. The first nail polish is Formula X Incandescent. Now this is another product that I saw on Essiebutton's channel, and for those of you who don't know, or if you haven't been following my blog over the last year, Essiebutton Norstay is basically my favorite YouTuber, and I actually had the pleasure of meeting her back in May when she was back in Canada visiting her family, and she had her meetup downtown. And it was awesome. So she's my hero, basically. But anyway, rambling and fangirling aside, Incandescent is a really awesome, sort of an almost neon pastel orange. And some people say that reminds them of like orange creamsicle and so on. But I really love it. It applies really easily. I would say definitely opaque in 2 coats. And for me, when I wear it with my Seche Vite top coat, it lasts around 5 to 7 days. So if you haven't tried any of the Formula X polishes, they're actually fantastic. And Incandescent is a really great color for the summer. The next nail polish is the Nails Ink Gel Effect in Regents Place, which is this beautiful cornflower blue. Now, every time that I've worn this, I have at least one person complimenting me on it, and really, I think it's because it's not a color that you see a lot throughout the different brands. I mean, I haven't really found another color that's like this, so I think that's what makes it really, really great and unique. I love the gel effect polishes anyway because they do live up to the hype and they do live up to their name in the sense that they do look like gel manicures and so on. But they last for about a week as well with the Seche Vite top coat, and I just, I really love them. I have a few of these as well. My other favorite from this line is Porchester Square, which is more of a gray nude, but this is just, look at it. You need to pick it up. If you haven't tried one of these, you definitely need to pick one up. The gel effect polishes, I believe, are only available at Sephora here in Canada. I haven't seen them at Shoppers, even though I've seen the regular line, so yeah, go pick one of these up right away. The last favorite I want to talk about for this month is actually not beauty related, but it's a book, and it is Orange is the New Black by Piper Kerman. Now, I had heard from everyone and their moms about the show on Netflix and how it's so amazing and yada yada yada. You know, if you watch it, you know how awesome it is. So I figured, okay, I'll read the book first and then I'll check out the show to see if there's any differences and just to, you know, get a feel for it. Now, if you've started watching the show or if you've already watched the show and then you read the book, you might be a little bit disappointed in the sense that there's not actually a lot of drama in the book. I mean, in the show, spoiler alert, you know, Larry cheats on Piper and, you know, there's a whole bunch of interesting characters in the prison. Whereas in the book, I mean, you have some of the characters, but it's not as, it's not as intense. You know, like, she doesn't get starved out and so on and so on. That's enough spoilers for now, but if you're interested in reading the story in which the show was, you know, is loosely based on, it really shows the relationships between the women and focuses on that, as well as focusing on the inequities and problems and, you know, the trials and tribulations of the American justice system. Check it out, Orange is the New Black by Piper Kerman. It's a really good read. So that's it for my July favorites. Thanks so much for watching again, and I will see you later. Bye!